talk about men that are toxic masculinity, what about women that are complete emotional wrecks? Now, what I want to say is you got men and women that practice toxic masculinity, and you have men and women that are emotional wrecks. All right, meaning that you have a lot of women out here that think they're men and they're not, which to me that is toxic masculinity. And you have a lot of men out here that are emotional wrecks. They were raised by single moms and all that type of stuff. Now, I'll be honest, it's very hard not to be emotional. Everybody's emotional. And it's very hard not to be a masculine woman in 2025 because men ain't shit. A lot of men out here was raised by single women, and those single women didn't raise these men to be men that they would love to be with. A lot of these women raised these men to be worse than any man they could think of. Okay, a lot of these women out here raising these young dudes to be like, man, fuck these hoes, just run through these hoes. If I was a man, son, let me tell you, if I was a man, I'd just be running through these hoes. A lot of women out here are raising their boys like that, especially in the black community. It's crazy. Like, you would think they'd raise these boys to, you know a woman and to know how to uh how you say uh court a woman. No, these single women out here, man, they raising these boys. First of all, these single women out here walking around the house naked. Their sons are seeing them naked. Their sons are seeing them suck dick and get fucked. Their sons are seeing all kind of dudes run through them. There's a lot of women out here got 5 baby daddies, 6, 7, 8 baby daddies. I was watching a video the other year about that. You know, um, they babies are seeing they mamas have a different dude every year, every 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like these young people are seeing this stuff. These young boys are seeing all this toxicity. This is toxicity. All right. So if you have a person that is completely balanced, you know what I'm saying? They was raised right, whether they raised themselves or somebody raised them, and they coming up in the world and they're seeing somebody that has toxic masculinity or their emotional wreck. That person does not want to be with you. Okay, that person does not want to be with you. Only thing that person gonna do is have sex with you and keep it pushing. All right. Now, you have a lot of people out here that think it's the grass is greener on the other side. You have a lot of people out here think the grass is greener on the other side. You have a lot of people out here that will fuck up a perfectly decent relationship and go try to be with somebody else just to find out, damn, ain't shit out here in 2025. Ain't nobody fucking with me because I'm a little fucked up. You have a lot of people realizing that. Okay? Let me tell you something. If you have a half decent relationship in 2025, stick with who the fuck you got. If that person willing to build, if that person's willing to communicate and talk to you and all that type of shit, stick to that person. If you are a person that you don't want to listen, you have toxic masculinity, you're emotional wreck, like you stubborn, you self-sabotage, you got a lot of shit going on, maybe you need to look at yourself. Maybe you need to look at yourself. If the other person has those issues, maybe that person need to look at themselves. Only then will I say, okay, that relationship don't need to go any further. But if you have somebody that's willing to build, willing to communicate, you know, they just half decent, man, shit out, man. I'm telling you, work that shit out. Because most people out here are practicing some type of toxic masculinity, are emotional wrecks. You know what I'm saying? It's so beautiful outside. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful outside. So, with that being said, number one, you go out here trying to be single, call yourself single. You know what I'm saying? Number one, the dating pool of decent people is not that huge. It might be 100 people out here dating, literally are single, like completely single. Number one, you got to get somebody that's completely single, which that's going to be a challenge. Then if you do find somebody that's completely single, you got to make sure they not practicing toxic masculinity or their emotional wreck or something else. All right. So you talking about you want somebody decent and balanced, man. That's like 1% of the 1%. That's like a rare gem. So let me tell you, most people, you're gonna end up with somebody with some type of damage. You are going to end up with somebody with some type of damage. Okay, I suffer from abandonment issues. That's my damage. Okay, I'm very clingy. I suffer from some abandonment issues. That's why if I meet a woman, I'm not looking for that woman to be perfect. I'm really not. I'm looking for that woman to be honest about her shit, whatever the fuck she got going on, whatever the fuck her damage is, and all that type of stuff. Then let's work from there. Let's work from there. How can we fix it? How can we both help each other to be whole? How can we, work on each other? But when and then you building. But when you start off a relationship and you're not honest about your shit, when you start off a relationship thinking that you the bomb.com and you don't have any damage and ain't shit wrong with you and all your ducks in a row and your credit perfect and your house clean and your offspring straight and you got all your offsprings in order and your grand offsprings in order and your life just perfect. When you start off a relationship like your life is perfect and then you end the relationship like the grass is greener on the other side, man, the grass ain't green on the other side. You need to look at you and you need to look at the person you're trying to talk to. Okay. And you can't be a nickel looking for a dime. Okay. You fucked up. Your situation fucked up. More than likely, you're going to end up with somebody fucked up and their situation is fucked up. Okay. My damage is abandonment issues. So, I'm probably better off with somebody who has abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for nobody that, you know, uh, they have drug issues or they have, mommy issues, daddy issues, like abuse issues. Um, that's another level. I'm not looking for somebody that, you know, has any other type of issues, um, or they might have another type of issue, but it's similar, because that way we could bond on that. We could be like, okay, you feel abandoned. I felt abandoned too. Let's cleave to each other. Let's cleave to each other. Okay. So, you have a lot of people out here talking about toxic masculinity, man, but nobody's talking about people that are emotional wrecks, man. Emotional wrecks. And again, you're just not going to find anybody perfect out here, but you got to look at yourself and look at the other person. And to me, that's how you find a decent match for yourself. That is how you find a decent match for yourself. And like I always say, long as you're building, long as you are building, okay? So find somebody that you can build with, find somebody that, you can bond based on the same trauma. That's why you see two crackheads could be a perfect couple because they know they both crackheads. The problem is when one of them don't want to do crack anymore. When one of them don't want to do crack anymore, that becomes the problem. Then one want to grow and the other one don't want to grow, and that's when they're gonna break up. All right, but long as both of them want to do crack, man, they'll stay together forever. All right, so you got to find somebody that's probably have whatever issue, but They trying to grow from there. Okay? They have whatever issue, but they're trying to grow from there. If that person's not trying to grow from there, then you don't need to be with that person. You don't need to be with that person. If that person's not trying to be healed, but you're trying to be healed, you don't need to be with that person. Now, if you're not trying to be healed, you just want to find somebody just as toxic as you, just as an emotional wreck as you. Make sure that person is comfortable being that way forever. And that's the people that be like, I ain't gonna change. I ain't never gonna change. I am who I am. You get what you get. Okay, those people, whatever their issue is, make sure you accept them for that forever, and make sure that you are also gonna be the way you are forever. Okay? And y'all will be a perfect couple. Y'all gonna fight and argue and whatever the else, but y'all gonna be together forever. Cause y'all understand, overstand, and understand y'all toxicity together. Y'all are emotional wreck together. Y'all like Bobby and Whitney, Ike and Tina. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you know you're a person, you have your little issues, but you're trying to grow and change and you're trying to build and all that type of stuff, then it's okay to find somebody that's also trying to grow and change and build. You know, somebody that is already whole, already healed, or never been broken, they not gonna want to be with you. They are not gonna like there are women out here that look at me and they already know something's wrong with this nigga. I can't be with this nigga. Like he gon' he gonna be a problem. All right. And I respect that because I don't want to be with a woman that's already whole. Cause I might damage her. Okay. I might be too clingy and too this and too that and damage her. Okay. I want to be with a woman that, yeah, okay, she got some issues, but she want to grow. She want to change. She want to build. She not going to run. She not going to hide. She not going to ignore me. She not going, you know what I'm saying? So whatever your issue is, you got to think, okay, this is my issue. This is the type of person I need to be with. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're gonna get ran through. Dudes gonna run through you if you're a female. They just gonna fuck. You're gonna be sucking a whole bunch of new dicks and getting a whole bunch of new sperm up in you. Females gonna run through you. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna be getting a whole bunch of a new female stink pussy juice on you. You know what I'm saying? It just gonna be like everybody getting ran through. Everybody getting ran through. Women gonna go through your money and all that type of shit. Dudes run through your money. Like you just gonna get ran through. You have to come to the realization of your emotional wreck, or like I say, your toxic masculinity, and it's like you need to work on that. You need to work on your shit, and don't think the grass is greener on the other side, man. It's not. It's fucking worse. It's fucking worse out here trying to date in 2025. It is the worst. 2025 trying to date is the worst thing. Number one, everybody done been with everybody. Number one. Number two, everybody not completely single. Even if somebody's completely single, they are emotionally attached to somebody out there. There's somebody out there they're constantly thinking about. Okay? Um, that's just what it is right now in 2025 out here, man. So it's like, you think the fucking grass is greener on the other side. It's fucking not, man. Just know yourself, look at you, have a conversation with yourself, deal with yourself, know what you could deal with, know what you can't deal with, and then go from there. Okay? Love you guys.